Magandang tanghali sa inyo lahat. Nagbabalik ang SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection Tournament para sa Mobile Legends. Bang! Bang! This is all powered by Smart and organized by Peso. Sa inyong likod, ako ang pupalit si Leo. Kasama nandito si Wolf. At hindi kami nag-usap, pareho kami ng coat. Kumusta, Wolf?
Oh, hi. Wow, I just saw you now. I didn't think na dito rin yung they were almost the same, but the connection ng animals, and I know you missed this. It's been a long time. And honestly, sobrang excitement ko sa pagcast ng first cast ng 2022. Hindi ako nakapag-cast yesterday. But, mabawi tayo ngayon. Dahil kung mayroong mga ML, eto, dito tayo gigil, and I'm excited to see the second round of the playoffs to be broadcasted by us, man.
Yep, we were on the way to the second round. As you mentioned, in the upper bracket this time around, meron pa rin tayong dalawang teams na nag-aantay kung sino ang mag-a-advance, and that's ONIC Philippines and RSG Philippines. Sabi natin, yung mga viewers natin, ML na ML, we were hitting, almost 100K viewers earlier today. Paramin pa natin lalo. Kasi ONIC Philippines, World Championship Grand Finalist yan. RSG, nandyan yung mga players na dating bago ngayon, luma na sila. Ika nga ni Kuya Manjin. So, again, very promising performances. They both showed us so much. If anything, parang bitin yata yung ONIC. Agree ka ba nun, Wolf? Kasi kahapon, ang bilis ng sweep eh.
Very quick. I think we finished 9 minutes 30 first game. Tapos parang mga 12 minutes sa next game. It's just very quick. At ang dami na beaten. Kahit yung mga fans, lalo ng hatred in the jungle, like me personally, ay medyo nabitin doon. I want to see more.
And I'm sure we will. Again, ladies and gentlemen, both teams na ito, very activatable ang subs nila. Even RSG Philippines, they surprised us dahil ang nasa main lineup nila ay iba doon sa nakasulat na kung sinong sub lang. So that means both teams are not shy to let their subs play dahil part ng strategy nila yun. Again, this is a battle of just great minds. We have Coach Denver, you have Miranda going up against Coach Brian, Panda, Lim. I know he's a little sensitive about using his actual name, but close friends do it anyways. Pero ayun, sobrang dedicated and sobrang decorated ng dalawang coaches na ito, and they're gonna play a very big role in making these players' dreams come true. Wolf, yeah. I gotta ask you, you know both of these coaches very, very well. Coach Brian, he has tasted gold. How hard do you think Yeb is gonna go for this? Kasi isang trophy na naman to, nakahabulin, or road to the trophy, road to the medal na hinahabol ni Coach Yeb. And we know that nothing is impossible when it coach to Coach Yeb.
Yeah, I mean, pag tinanong mo siya, specifically last year, what are the goals, di ba? Ang first season ONIC Philippines, sasabihin niya, this is development. Obviously, gusto mo mag-champion. Yun talaga yung gusto. Kahit sino naman team na gusto mag-champion. Pero tunay na goal is domination this year. And it will all start with, makikita natin, may championship with the local league. Yun yung gusto niya makuha. As well as this SEA Games medal. And since nangyayari lang to every 2 years, sobrang slim ng chances na makuha mo to. And now they're laser focused to this one. Makikita mo naman yung mga adjustments na ginawa ng ONIC. And even how they performed yesterday, it's they're looking very scary.
Yeah, even without Kyrie, even without Kyrie.
Yep.
With hatred, again, you mentioned back in the jungle role, ibang ONIC rin ulit to. So, both of these teams, both of these coaches, they know their strengths, they know what path to take to eventually get there again and to be part of SIBOL. Lahat ng players natin, lahat ng atleta ngayon na lumalaban sa national team selection, SIBOL na SIBOL. Alright? And it's a dream come true to be able to represent the country on that grand stage that, again, only happens every couple of years. Ladies and gentlemen, malapit na magsimula ang draft. Abangan lang natin ito. Again, it's going to be a best of 5 year. Laglagan into the lower bracket, and both teams would really like to stay up here dahil konti na lang. As in, kembot na lang. Grand finals na if you're in the upper bracket. Well, before the draft starts, let's talk about the priorities, because the series you watched today, the first one, very interesting kasi uso ulit yung Haka Venus. Pero hindi naman talaga, it's not the best way to approach it. But in a match like this between RSG and ONIC, napakalawak na hero pool sa dalawang teams na ito. What do you think we're gonna see in the draft?
Ito talaga ang masasabi ko, Uranus. It's all about Uranus for both of these teams. We saw yesterday ang RSG. Winners pick ang Uranus in what? Game 2? Or was it Game 3? Then again, alam naman natin, ang ONIC, bread and butter yan ever since what? Season 5, Season 4. Delarski with Uranus. Si Trinchera. Tawag nga sa kanya sa bootcamp is Uranus Man. So, maganda at a very exciting na contention between this, particularly that hero. Tapos, titignan naman natin yung mga jungler heroes na halos pares din na pwede natin expect assassins for both hatred as well as yung mula naman dito sa RSG, diba? So, parang makikita natin Hayabusa as well as Ling. Ninaalala ko kung ano yung apelido ni Demon Kirk.
Caranto. Si Caranto.
Oh, yun. Exactly. Kalaban niya ngayon si Gonzalez. So, exciting din yun. Expect nyo na magiging assassin matchup and then Uranus matchup. Pag hindi na ban, agawan ng Uranus yan.
And again, between one of the most prolific Uranus players in Delarski, ang katapat niya, gold medalist din, si Kenji. Diba? So, exactly. That's a match made in heaven. Sobrang excited ako makita to. And again, sobrang hirap din basahin kung anong klaseng shuffle ang gagamitin ng ONIC dito. Kung sino papalaruin, kung anong klaseng lineup, kung anong 5 na lalaro. And who's to say, right? Who's to say? So, ang daming meta na inisip agad. Choices when it comes to heroes, choices when it comes to the players that's gonna play. Pero tatanong ko si Wolf, mabilis ba ang magiging sunod na laban natin dito? Kasi nga, ONIC, they played 9 minutes. Right? They played 9 minutes yesterday against a very talented team as well. Pero this time around against RSG, anong nakikita mo? Anong style clash dito ng dalawang to?
Man, I always felt na ang dalawang teams na to, pag nagtapat na sila, they're gonna be playing slow. As compared to yesterday, siguro din, ang ONIC kasi nakahanap sila ng early groove eh. Tsaka kaiba din talaga yung ipinakita ng ONIC noon, nung match against RSG. But, yung mga times na nag-meet ang RSG at ONIC, nakikita natin yung parang late game prowess. Makikita ulit natin si Iyakno, di ba, na binibabysit, pinagpa-farm muna until the late game kung saan doon siya malakas. And while ONIC, we can see the split push tactics so we know them, you know na yun yung gusto nila laging gamitin sa kanilang mga kalaban. Pag nag-clash yung dalawang style na yun, palakasan ng gustong pala ng pare sa teams na to. So, I think for the side of ONIC, makakita pa rin tayo ng split push. Lalo na knowing hatred, medyo mahilig mag-farm kasi dito, even na assassin level. So, this is gonna be a slow game for me.
A slow game. Alright, let's see. Kung slow nga talaga dahil nabanggit mo, si Manaog, si Bong, si Iyaknu, makakatapat niya rin ulit yung kanyang dating ka-team na si Marky Capasio. No, Marky Capasio. So, I agree. It might actually be slow. Tingnan natin. It's a new meta. It's a new meta. We have the 8-minute Lord. We have so many new things on the map that allow for a good back and forth. Abangan natin, ladies and gentlemen, best of 5 coming at you real soon. Binubuo lang natin yung lobby. We're just having all of the players come in, and then we're gonna go into the smart picks and bans very, very soon. Wolf, there are some heroes that have come in and out of the meta, and so far, when it comes to the XP lane, again, you already mentioned the Uranus. If I'm not mistaken, do you agree XP lane is very wide open now? I'm not sure if that's just me or when I'm looking at the heroes, parang ang dami mo pwede piliin. Tapos yung Phobius lumulusot, dati pure ban Phobius eh. Parang minsan pinapalusot nila eh. Do you agree? Is XP lane wide open ngayon?
Yeah, I 100% agree. Kasi ang napansin ko, di ba nga, nagpa-first pick tayo ng Uranus. We also saw like a first pick glue. Di ba? I mean, imagine mo, merong Faramis na pwedeng piliin. Tapos bigla ka nag-first pick na glue. Pero eventually, di rin ako yung Faramis. Eventually, glue still dominates. Yung mga games na natatalo siya. So, expected din yung mga... Kapag malakas kasi yung Uranus, yung mga ganito mga experience, katulad sinabi mo, lagi mong i-consider yung Khalid. Bigla siyang babalik. Kasi yun yung panapat, di ba? Parang sa laning stage. Tapos meron kang pwedeng kunin na execute to eventually get kills to sustain hero. So, yung sinabi mo na dumadaming hero sa XP lane, it also breeds other answers to the laning stage. So, exciting nga talaga ang XP Lane ngayon.
Makikita natin kung ano nga bang sitwasyon ng XP Lane and how it creates its own ecosystem right here, right now. Let's go into game number 1. This is RSG versus naban na yung glue at ang sagot ng RSG, it's going to be the Valentina ban. Wait lang. Whoa. Alright, whoa.
Alright, so nakita
natin. Okay. Sanay, ready. Practice na yun. But
ready.
If we're to take that into consideration, kung totoo nga yun, na glue and Valentina ban, everything we've said so far is true. Everything that we said about just XP Lane being a priority, Valentina in red, delikado yun. Because again, a Valentina pick up on the second phase on blue is just as dangerous. Ang hirap niya actually itago sa red. So now we're gonna go back into the draft. There's the Paquito ban.
Yep. XP Lane. Pwede rin na siyang flex the jungle. It's also one of the heroes na pinaprio pick ng RSG kasi nga pwede siyang gamitin flexibly sa XP Lane as well as the jungle. And they were very successful with that as well. Nakita natin yung Valentina na featured yesterday. Nagulat talaga ako na ibinigay yun. I assumed na ang Valentina ay 100% banned sa SIBOL kasi sobrang lakas ng hero na to. Until the nerfs come, nako. Isa sa mga prior for sure.
Yeah, and siya yung pinakabago nating hero besides the new one that was just released, Yin. So meron pang mga quirks itong hero na ito na talagang nailusot lang. She's here alongside Beatrix. Guys, huwag natin hanapin Beatrix. She's currently not available for this tournament all the way until the end. Let's look at the rest of the bands. Again, Wolf, ayun naman yung Uranus and the Selena. Selena users on the side of RSG. I'm not sure if it's light playing or aqua, pero nirespeto talaga na dito yung potential ni Baloy na mag-Selena.
I don't want to give that to ONIC no matter what happens. Kasi pwede rin siyang gamitin ni Bimo on the position farm or the roam roll. Kufra ban. Oh, interestingly. So, looking at the heroes, ang mga pwedeng i-first pickin, Edith is available. The priorities. Matilda as well. Knowing, Lancelot. Wow.
Yan na, yung Gonzales trademark tusok.
Wow. Yeah. Meron akong narinig na buff ngayon kay Mr. J. Lord. Apparently ay na-meet na niya ulit ang kanyang mommy after a very long time kasi para umuwi na dito sa Pilipinas. At big shoutouts lang gusto ko lang din shoutout si ang mommy ni Hatred or ni J. Lord Gonzales kasi sobrang supportive. Pag talaga may nangaaway kay J. Lord online ay rumires back si mommy. So big shoutouts to you po. Welcome back.
Yeah, family. Family is very important and minsan lang lumaban ang iyong anak para mag-representative ng Team Philippines. So, again, kaya naman work siguro. Kaya rin work siguro ang first pick Lancelot. Sabi niya, Coach, bigay mo na. Lancelot. At sagot ng RSG, I think you saw this yesterday. This is the trademark Kagura on Aqua here. And it's gonna be interesting to see Calderon use it again. And Flex Ruby, hindi natin alam kung kay Kenji to or kay Light.
Yep. And we already know na para sila ay sobrang able naman gumamit nitong hero na to. It's perfect laban sa Lancelot na maraming dash para may instant na stun ka with your second skill. Eventually, i-lockdown mo siya gamit ang inyong combo. At with the help of Kagura, ang lakas ng kanilang burst potential. Now, ang sabi ng ONIC, kuha tayo ng Lilia. Sa mga na-nerf na mga mages, Kagura at Lilia yung mga hindi nahawakan. So yung mga Farsa, Eve, are the heroes that were nerfed hard noong recent patch natin or 2 patches ago. At naiwan yung Lilia at Kagura untouched. Kaya naman sila yung mga top commodities ngayon sa ating mga bans. Picks advantage.
Solid priority dito for ONIC. And again, I think it's clear kung saan pupunta yan, no? That's going to be the Capascio Clint and of course, Baloy Lilia. Sagot ng RSG. Wolf talked to us about this. Fanny, we saw Fanny banned yesterday. Pero ngayon, prioritized here by RSG. Kay Karanto ba to? Are we gonna see a Fanny in play?
Yeah, I think Isa sa mga discussions about the Fanny, pag nakausap mo yung mga pro players, lagi nila nasasabi gana talaga to as long as walang lockdown yung kalaban. So, if you eliminate yung mga Cho, mga Kufra, Ruby, considered siya na panggulo sa isang Fanny. If you eliminate that threat or those threats, parang may go signal ka, may green light ka na kumuha ngayon ng Fanny. At ang Fanny ay sobrang na-buff din because of the energy, di ba? Pwede kang mag-spam. Pwede kang umuwi pag feeling mo pwede kang mag-recall tapos makakabalik ka agad sa lane at makakadalaw ka sa mga ibang lanes na pwede mong puntaan. So, may mga arguments na what if yung Fanny ay gamitin sa support role or din sa mid lane role, di ba? But obviously, we want to see it in the jungle role. But yeah, Fanny, expect this to be picked so many times.
Oh, more than just an experiment, more than just a pocket pick now, meron ng actual utility on the map,
Yes.
in the game, in the meta, si Fanny. Let's go to the second phase. Tatanggalin dito ng RSG ang Kaja. Clearly, Wolf, they're protecting that Fanny. They want to make sure
Exactly.
na malinis ang entrada ni Fanny and ONIC. They're taking out the Popol and Koopa. If I'm not mistaken, this is being read as a gold lane Popol and Koopa. So talaga tinatanggalin nila ng options dito si Iaknu.
Yeah, it's also one of the answers na we know can be good against the Clint in the laning stage. Although, imagine mo, meron silang Lancelot na masaya na may Popol and Koopa sa kabilang team. But they still ban it kasi they know na mahirap siya sa laning stage. Wanna make this perfect. So baka i-close out nila to with a Brody ban sa last or maybe a Kimi ban para laban sa RSG para make sure nila na itong Clint ay maganda talaga ang game. Ayun na nga.
Let's see, it's the Brody. So one of the few options left para sa RSG in the gold lane ay baka yun nga, it's the Kimi. And now it's their turn. Anong itatago nila dito, Wolf? Yung kanilang XP lane or yung kanilang gold laner for the last pick? We'll see. Again, we can even say na flex itong Ruby. Baka nga ito ang mag-XP lane dahil wala pang XP lane ng ONIC.
That's right. So, Cho, yan. So, binan nila yung Kufra pati Kaja tapos kinuha nila both Ruby and Cho. Talagang green light, kumbaga, sa Fanny ngayon. It's gonna be nice. What will be the answer for ONIC? Kuha ba sila ng Phobius perhaps? Kasi daming dash dito sa RSC for thinking about it. At hindi na pwedeng mag-min si bigla yung RSC. So instead, it's Esmeralda na kanila ikukunin niya.
Yep. Phobius got banned by RSG dito sa
that's right.
ban nila. But this is another hero na hindi ko alam kung bakit bilang na-relegate sa second phase si Esmeralda. Dati, kahit blue side, first pick Esmeralda, okay lang, right? I'm talking about World Championship era. Pero ngayon, biglang naging specific siya. So, ganun ka-open. Ang XP lane ngayon, guys, ganun ka-open na yung kasing last ni Esme ay napupunta dito. But look, there's the Akai. They're trying to still really pin down this Fanny.
Yeah. So, this means na Clint talaga ang magiging katapat ngayon ng RSG in the gold lane. So you pick your manaog heroes now. So mga Bruno, I would say Kimi yata yung best choice para sa kanya. Meron pa rin Claude, although hindi ka din ganun ka confident sa Claude kasi ang taas ng early game potential ng ONIC, so baka ma-run down ka ng aggressive heroes ng ONIC. So I'm thinking about maybe Kimi or Bruno para sa RSG para at least meron din silang early game damage output. We'll see. It's carry instead. Okay, so we're going classic here, Leo. Kasi kung papansin natin, Akai used to be the answer to the Fanny. Tapos, tatapatan mo yan ng carry para kung may haharap, katulad ng Esme at ng Akai, ay madadamage mo agad siya. So, meron kang backline damage dealer which is the Fanny. Tapos yung nasa front lines na Esmeralda pati Akai, it will be answered by the carry. So, it's gonna be up to Mr. Bong or si Iaknu kung paano niya ubusin or i-shred yung mga frontliners ng ONIC PH.
To be fair, looking at the draft now, no, it looks like unless maganda talaga yung simula ng RSG, they're gonna make gold lane safer. Kasi between the Clint and the carry, parang in control si Marky Capascio dito. Pwede siya magsabi kung saan yung engage, ano yung engage, and again, lalo na kung bumibisita si Bimo. It's going to be faster, at least for the side of ONIC this time. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Ang kanilang jungler ay Lancelot pa. So, what does that look like? Ano yung matchup ng Lancelot at Fanny? Ano yung matchup mo? We're gonna see as we go into the map here. Yeah. Game number 1. Panoorin natin. Saan magsisimula?
Okay, so if you're asking me what the matchup will look like, agawan sa purple buff to for sure. And interestingly, parehas silang nasa off-side ng Lita Wanderer magsisimula. So that's very interesting to me for me to see. Siguro pinoprotektahan din ng ONIC. Kita mo, tinutulungan siya ng Akai. Kasi itong Cho plus Kagura sobrang bilis mag-rotate dito.
Yep, and already pinasok na nga ng Cho and Kagura combo. That's Aqua and Light coming in. Masa-sandwich dito si Katipon. That's 3 members going for the answer and pushing them back. Medyo pagastos yung rotation na yun, pero open para kay Karanto. So, even if he started in the offside, Wolf, nabanggit mo offside of the Little Wanderer, nasecure niya pa rin.
Yeah. Sobrang saya ng mga gold laners sa mga matchup na, particularly from RSG. Although hindi ganun kaganda yung lane matchup ng Clint versus Carry. Obviously, Clint pa rin talaga yung nakakalamang sa lane na yan. The fact na itong si Bimo, pati na rin itong si Greed ay parang nakatawa sila na protektahan itong si Lancelot. So medyo stuck sila dito sa may mid lane. It means na itong Carry ay magkakaroon ng true 1v1.
Yep. Oh! Pumasok na nga si Demon Kite and threatening the kill of the Hatred. Inulang ng isang trigger and luckily enough, nakuha pa rin ni Gonzales ang kanyang purple.
Yeah. You see, ayun na talaga ang strength ng Fanny ngayon. Sobrang bilis niya mag-take it. We always say na ang mga mabibilis kumuha ng jungle is yung Lancelot ng YSS, but Fanny, obviously, dahil dun sa kanyang mga buffs, ay sobrang bilis niyang makakuha ng mga buff. I mean, buffs with the hero. At ang bilis niya makakuha ng kanyang mga jungle creeps, and now nakapag-rotate agad siya. Buti na lang din ay nakaligtas itong si Hatred. Otherwise, he's gonna lose control of this incoming turtle, if ever. But then again, since masyadong mabilis na nakuha yung purple ng Fanny, kailangan niya nang i-secure yung kanyang sariling purple niya.
Yep, well timed. I think Hatred played the long game. Papasok niya si Demon Knight. Wala siyang purple. It's going to be a turtle secured for ONIC PH. And sabi ni Karanto, guys, retreat. Wala akong purple. May shield sila. Lugi tayo dyan. That's a clear win for ONIC PH.
Yep, that's the way. Yung rotation na to nakita natin mula sa ONIC Philippines, parang ang target niya talaga is ma-secure yung first turtle. Kasi yung RC, ito yung parang dilemma. Parang, pag sobrang bilis, uy, wow, nice moves from Iacno. Pag sobrang bilis mo kuha ng purple, minsan hindi ka abot sa turtle.
Yep, and I think that result of the changes earlier na the like what 6 months ago, wherein the buff responds faster but it's a shorter duration. Matagal na tong change na to, and I think that's what keeps Fanny in check. Quick first blood there, napaasim si Bimo. He spent his flicker and he faced the wrath of 3 members of RSGPH. So because of that, medyo humabol ng konti, pero sobrang lamang na ONIC. I just noticed, Wolf, they were what? 1-5, 2k ahead na pala, 3 minutes pa lang.
Yeah, ang ina-assume ko dito nangyari is they got the turtle, tapos nakuha sila ng outer turret energy shields. If you're looking at the bottom lane, dahil lamang na lamang yung Clint versus this carry, na ubos agad yung outer turret energy shields at 3 minutes, and they might even threaten for push. Tapos, na-zone out nila dito si Iacno. You can see Marky is level 6. Iacno is just almost level 5.
So much pressure. Ipupush nila to, forcing out the flicker from Katipon. And now that's a pin down on to Demon kahit Karanto hindi nakalaban. At ngayon, nagre-retreat na ang RSG Philippines. ONIC PH, they came in, they got what they wanted.
Wow. Such a brave act pala kay Demon Kite. Kaso nga lang, nandun yung Akai na handang-handa for that ultimate. At yung ONIC Philippines nag-focus din sa pag-takedown ng turret muna so that they will have the maximum potential. And this means a lot more para sa ONIC Philippines. 2.7k or maybe 2k ahead of RSG Philippines. Tapos nakuha sila Torres sa baba. They're also threatening for the next turtle. Actually, buff muna ng Bimo. They'll be getting out. Yeah, ONIC Philippines is truly going for their win condition na early stage.
Yep, nakita natin doon si Manaog in-attempt kunin yung crab kay Capasio. Pero yun nga, sobrang evident nung lamang niya sa bottom lane. And now, Greed! Sandwiched by 3. That's going to be a pushback by Trinchera. Light Katipon dashing on through. Masasandwich ba siya dito? And the answer is yes! Taken down here by Dilar. Esmeralda makakuha ng isang kill. Dito pa si Kenji. Aqua. Bumabandil lang, humahanap. Hirap na hirap si Demon Kite. Hindi niya mahanap yung gusto niyang magawa dito. Kanina, trying to steal the purple, nabitin ng isa, at siguro tumirik. What else can they do here? 5 minutes in, may konting bawi sa bottom lane.
Yeah, kailangan nilang i-utilize itong Kagura as well as this Cho para makakuha sila ng mga early kills. Tulungan nila dito si Yakno so that Yakno will eventually get the farm. So far is level 6 tapos almost level 9 na itong si Super Marky. I love it. Maybe a new moniker incoming.
Oh, Super Marky, that much closer to representing the Philippines, becoming part of the SIBOL training pool. Now bottom lane, sobrang hirap, sobrang bigat ng trabaho ni Light dito. Kanina pa siya pumupunta dito sa bot lane. And I guess that's why they couldn't find the aggression. They couldn't find ways, and now they're gonna start choking out Demon Kite. Nanakawin na ni Gonzalez ang purple buff ni Caranto. And there's a sandwich play! Aqua! Bursted down! Kinaman ng Hurricane Dance and Wolf. Sabi mo kanina, kailangan nilang gamitin yung Kagura. ONIC PH not letting it happen.
Yep. They're forcing yung mga gantong mga clashes. So what I like about ONIC Philippines and what they're doing right now is kinukuha nila yung mga melee objectives like that purple and Dilar na hello! My old teammate! My God!
Oh.
Dilar's teammate.
Kami nga pala iniwan mo. This is a very personal match right now happening in the upper bracket game number 1. 4-2, 6 minutes in, 5k gold lead na halos ang ONIC Philippines dito, and ayaw bumitaw ni Super Marky. Super Marky kapasok sa mga tore. He gets the kills where he can. Actually, wala siyang kill. He's just been taking down turrets all game. And RSG Philippines, hirap na hirap sila. Look at this, there's another fight down bottom. Dalawa ang ina-isolate ni Trinchera. And buhay na buhay pa siya habang nag-push sa top lane, ang ONIC.
Very tricky. Ice Queen 1 na dito para kay Greed, which means na ang lakas na nila manghabol. With the help of Dilar, they can really run down the members of RSG Philippines. Which means na kapag long drawn yung mga fights, ONIC Philippines na ang mas papaboran, lalo na din sa kanilang sustain. For RSG, kailangan nilang manggulat. Gamitin nila itong combo nila. They have Ruby as well as the Cho. Kaya nilang mag-lockdown at pwede nila din mahuli si Hatred if ever. Eventually, look for that counter. Kailangan nilang makancel dito si Vimo yung kanyang Hurricane Dance by maybe reserving the Chief Kundo. Para din mapigilan yung Hurricane Dance nga na yun. So, ang dami kailangan gawin ng RSG Philippines, but sabi nga nila, this is still winnable. Meron pa rin silang late game carry na itong carry nila. So, that's what they're backing on.
We're sitting at the 8-minute mark and naging Lord na ang ating turtle. Hindi na hinabol ni Hatred yon. And look at this, Wolf! Si Vimo! Si Ian Serio, tinuwa, sobrang confident niya, sobrang alam niya na siya yung pivotal point na pag hindi niya napigil itong Akay na to, walang magagawa ang RSG Philippines. This is just confidence through the roof.
Yeah, exactly. Ramdam na ng ONIC Philippines yung strength on their lineup, and this is what they need to do. It still is in the mid game, diba? So, if I'm not mistaken, hindi nila kinuha yung turtle. Hinayaan nila mag-Lord. So, what happens here is, dahil dun sa mga patch changes nga natin, since Lord now spawns at 8 minutes, kapag pinatay mo yung turtle na around mga 7 minutes, 40 or 50, matagal pa mag-spawn yung Lord. So now, ONIC Philippines wants to maybe eliminate lahat ng mga outer turrets, mga inner turrets, I mean, then eventually get that inhibitor. Pero because of the level 1 Lord, baka hindi pa rin nila makuha at ang tagal din ng turtle spawn. So, ONIC Philippines, nakuha pa rin na dominant size by Kenji. Ito yung sobrang kailangan ng RSG Philippines, and now they get it.
Yep, there's a chance now that they can quell the sustainability. Siguro mid-duration engagements, baka may chance na ngayon ng RSG Philippines. Some good news for ONIC, top lane, napaputok na nila yung inhibitor defense shield. So, Lord marching in, perfect timing yan. So, pwede nang hanapan ng laro dito ng ONIC, and they might play very fast. Well, this is a very fast game. Bottom lane, Falling Star Moon already used by Dilar, and they're just sinking the waves. Bottom lane, ang laki ng flow niya, no? Look at that.
Yep. So, ang daming sasagutin dito ng RSG Philippines. Almost na magkakasabay lahat ng mga lanes. Well executed mula sa ONIC Philippines. Kapahirap gawin. but it looks so magical when you see it. Now, three-pronged attack mula sa ONIC Philippines. Masasagot yung bot tsaka itong mid lane. Can RSG defend now?
Here we go. Let's see. Wala nang burst damage dito sa torrent ito. The inhibitor's gonna fall. There's the jump in by Dilar. Marky Capasio, binasag yung torre. Munti ka na doon. Si Baloy. And they're gonna go in. Wave the Dragon onto Hatred. Katipon gets the kill. Bottom lane inhibitor still standing. Mid goes down. Lord, madedepensan dito. RSG Philippines, humihinga pa. Buhay na buhay. That was a good defense given the situation.
Was it? Dalawang torre nakuha ng ONIC Philippines for the death of Hatred. I think that's a good trade on their side for sure. RSG,
It's a good trade. It's a great trade.
Great trade, indeed. Siguro ang RSG Philippines inisip ito okay lang. At least we still don't throw in the towel. Kaya pa rin natin. And we can see once again that duel between Dilar as well as Yakno. Samantala dun sa may top lane, you see that jump from Dilarski. Knowing na meron siya Purify, sobrang tapang niya doon at hindi nga niya nagamit pa. But then again, nakakuha ng isang kill doon kay Hatred. But this opened up a lot para sa ONIC Philippines. Biglang nagkaroon ng ghost signal din. Ito si Marky. Sabi dito is, I don't even need my Purify. Wala naman din Way of the Dragon. So makapag-push talaga ako. So ONIC Philippines got the better end of the deal. But RSG Philippines, meron pa rin naman silang mga tore ngayon. They still have their base intact. They have to wait na lumakas na tong carry ni Yakno and then eventually try to outlast ONIC Philippines.
We haven't still seen Kenji activated. Ang daming kailangan pang window na mahanap ng RSG Philippines. And the kill score doesn't say anything about it. 4-3, napakalapit pero yung sitwasyon sobrang hirap. Almost 10k ahead ng ONIC Philippines dito. The second Lord spawned him at hindi pa siya luminous. Ganun kabilis na nakuha ng ONIC yung Lord dito. Ganun kahirap ang pinapasukang window ng RSG Philippines. Ito yung butas ng karayom. Ika nga, na opportunity. So Yakno really has to find his way here. Wait lang, si Aqua mag-burst down. There's the final execution. Cornrows! Greed! Baloy! Ang tatapos kay Aqua. Hindi makaporma si Calderon. It's not the same Kagura he was playing yesterday.
Unfortunately, hindi enough yung kanyang burst against Greed. And dahil nga meron pa rin ultimate doon si Greed, meron siyang Black Shoes. Na-outplayed doon si Aqua na nag-try na mag-burst. And now, double Ice Queen Wand available para sa ONIC Philippines. Rundown dun sa carry, rundown dun sa Ruby. It's looking really bad now para sa RSG Philippines. But we'll see. Hindi pa rin kumukuha ng defense items dito si Yakno, and that's understandable. Ang hirap kasi makahanap ng farm. He's at 7.2k, which is 1k below dun sa position 4, dun sa mid lane ng ONIC Philippines. And may almost 2 items ang kanyang hahabulin kontra dito kay Super Marky.
Yeah, hindi na yun yung totoong laban eh. Hindi na yung 1v1 eh. Yakno is playing against time. And bottom lane is gonna fall. Light pumasok sa may likod. Gets a TikTok. Way of the Dragon finishing off Super Marky. Isa pang kill. Babagsak din dito si Vico. 2 for 1 so far. Buhay na buhay pa. Pero yung Lord, bumanat na dito sa base. And just like that, all falls down. Mahanap yata ni Bong yung window niya. Wolf! That's 4 for 1 trade on the side of RSG Philippines. ONIC retreating right now. Si Dilar na lang ang natitira. Ano nangyari doon?
So many shutdowns mga kami na from RSG. And, to answer your question, we get to see it again. Ito yung TikTok play mula kay Light. Pinilit niya talaga and it was all well and good para sa RSG. And then Hatred trying to hit the base. Kaso na kill niya ay inaatake na siya. So he had to use his Thorn Rose against this Kagura. At unfortunately dahil doon ay na-lockdown siya. May kita na nga natin every time that Kenji is still alive, there's still a lot of control para sa side ng RSG. And look at that, Yakno kumakati na laban dito kay Dilar. I wonder kung ilan yung nakuha nilang gold after that. Oh no!
Well, wait! Yakno in trouble. Natalo na at napasabugan. The shutdown to the shutdown. Baloyski pinabagsak ang kanyang dating ka-teammate from the original ONIC lineup. Okay, Wolf, how much? They closed the gap from dati 10k, naging 6k na lang, tapos ngayon lumalaki na ulit, 7k. And this time around, I think ONIC just really wants to end it. Hirap-hirap ng RSG, wala na sila nung kanilang glass cannon. Papagsak dito si Light, Immortality Pop, not before Marky goes first. So may isa pa silang kill dito. Aqua goes down, Hatred finishes him off. Sumasayaw dito using those cables. Karanto sa pupunta. Demon Guy, so much damage! Not enough sustain! It's coming from Genji, keeping the Fanny alive! The dream is still alive! At nandito na ulit si Iakno. Nag-respawn na siya. Dito Dilar! Oh, another jump in! Will he survive? No! Dilarski! Trinchera! Nabatay na naman muli si Iakno! Two attackers, two defenders on the side of both of them. Tag team match for this final push. Kaya ba ito ng ONIC tapusin?
Well, they can't. Wala silang tower hitter. And also with the threat of Demon Kite na napakaganda ng performance in the last few minutes of the game. You see him na nakakuha ng magandang opening and Bimo can't find his own opening kasi wala pa siyang ultimate. So they had to wait for the Hurricane Dance. As much as Hatred tried to fight against RSG, hindi pa rin siya nakuhaan doon. And si Super Marky, halos makakuha na siya ng exit using yung flicker kasi pwede mong gamitin yung flicker. Pag na-time mo ng perfect, ng maganda, mapapalayo masyado yung Way of the Dragon at mapapatulong pa sa'yo. However, RSG Philippines, masyado maganda yung angle ni Light. Kaya naman nahuli pa rin doon si Super Marky, which is brunt of the damage ng ONIC Philippines.
Yep, and I think RSG Philippines na-gets na nila. Back-to-back wins across the board. So ulitin lang nila yon, hahanapin nila yon. Nag-shrink naman muli ang gold lead ng ONIC. So that means RSG Philippines, they're slowly getting equipped. Kanina, 6 or 7K. Ngayon lumit, naging 4K na lang. Under 4K gold lead for ONIC Philippines. So may chance na talagang mag-contest ang RSG dito. They could get a Lord of their own. Finally push a tower, go for a lane. They're starting it up. Wait lang, si Light. Moments lang for Felix, but they do pick off Marky. Calderon! Aqua! Ang tawag ni Renmar sa kanya. Get Super Marky down just like that. And already it's a 5v4. Just a scramble. Hard to contest. Sobrang importante ni Marky. A lot of damage he's putting on the board and it's not enough. Both these teams know na hindi kanila to kasi kailangan mag-manage ng RSG Philippines ng waves.
Yeah, so ONIC Philippines, fortunately for them, naka-flow lahat ng lanes nila against RSG Philippines, which meant na yung death ni Marky doon, hindi ganun ka laking detriment para sa ONIC Philippines. Ang ganda rin ng pagka-manage nila ng Lord na hindi nila ganun kinigay. They still maintain influence around the Lord area para dalawang beses mag-isip yung RSG Philippines. Will they go for the Lord or will they go for the defense? Sabi ni defense, sabi din ni Demon Kite, kung siya ng top lane, will just report back out. And now they have found Aqua. Ito yung mga hindi nila nakita kanina, so hinahanap na nila ngayon.
Here we go. Aqua again. Bursted down by Baloy. Nasan yung Bawe? Pumupush across the board ng RSG Philippines. This is the perfect distraction that they need. And we'll finally, Demon Kite get a purple? I can't see. Oh, I think he does have it. And now he's going for it. Takes down Greed. Hindi nakapag-purify away. Wala siyang black shoes. Way of the Dragon. On the Super Marky. Kapasha falls. It's a 4v3. At tuloy pa rin ang laban dito. Still standing is the Lord. Mayroong retry both sides. Let's see. Kaya ba ito i-secure ng RSG?
Tignan mo, umuwi si Demon Kite as he's back in action. Kasi na-secure niya yung purple, tapos ganun yung buff ng Fanny.
Yep. Oh! And Lotus Bimo tries to go for the Hurricane Dance. Ang sagot, Phantom Execution into a Tornos. Popping the Immortality onto Karanto. Bimo gonna try to finish the job. Could not do it. Down goes the Panda. Popping the Immortality onto one. Tornros, tumatakbo na ngayon si Hatred. At tatapusin siya dito. It's just Dilarski, Trinchera. The only one left, Green Habol dito sa laban. And ito na naman si Demon Kite. Kala mo tapos na pero nakabalik na naman ulit with the cables. And I think it's enough. Dilarski is able to push back 3 members.
Classic Dilarski things, pero napakaganda lang para sa RSG. Also take advantage of their immortality. Kaya napaganda yung trade para sa kanila. Okay, G.
Oh, ang hirap. It's the XP lane matchup really, just keeping both teams on the map, not letting go of this choke point.
Exactly. I think at this point, you can favor RSG Philippines na. At 19 minutes, kapag nakakalamang din sila sa immortality kasi Light still has immortality, wala si Hatred, kakaubusan sa kanya, and Demon Kite also lost his immortality, pero when it comes to just the raw amount of damage, lamang talaga RSG.
Let's talk about that though. Flicker in, they just who came in first, pero nakita ko, hinila ni Kenji na stun, easy pick-off onto Greed. Not a chance again to use any way to escape. That's a -1. Wolf, ang tagal na. I mean, almost, hindi pa pala full-on TikTok timers, pero 30 seconds. 30 seconds, and so far, hindi pa rin nakukuha tong Lord na to.
Oh. By the way, this is the buff Lord. Almost game ending kung sino makakuha ng Lord na to because of the recent changes ng kanyang enhancement at 18 minutes. In both teams, you can see binavalue nila yung importance na yun. Hated having to pick up yung Athena shield para hindi siya ma-burst na ni Aqua na kanina pa malaking threat sa ONIC Philippines. And Dilar also picked up the brute force breastplate. Sobrang nakakalamang na yung RC Philippines sila. Nakailamang ng gold ngayon. They also have the strength when it comes to the scalability. So mas maganda yung late game para sa side ng RSG Philippines no matter what happens. And at this point, mukhang freely na rin nakakakilos dito si Demon Kite. I think kung i-gradean natin itong Fanny performance si Demon Kite, nasa 90 out of 100 or even 95 out of 100.
Taas nun. 90, so para siyang A. A minus. Konti na lang. At 5-1-3, no? 5 stacks on that Festival of Blood. Hindi mo rin masisi na kahit na nandun ka sa loob ng Hurricane Dance at umiikot-ikot ka lang, you still get it. And now here's one engagement. Dragon. Way of the Dragon that is on at the BMO. Kenji flickering out. So not a good engagement for RSG Philippines. Kailangan na antayin na makabalik dito si Villa. And hindi siya kasing bilis ni Demon Kite, obviously. Pero nakuha ni Demon Kite yung purple, right? Like, kaya niya umabol dito.
Yup. At this point, ang gagawin ng mga Fanny, uwi, tapos balik sa lane.
Conceal play.
Abot ka.
Yup, conceal play here. Check this out. Tatalo nandito, and that's going to be the Winter Truncheon. And that's going to be a puncture on through. Aqua finally goes down, and it may be just ruinous for RSG Philippines dahil caught off guard sila ng ONIC Philippines. Clutch, conceal, play. Na-sandwich sila dun sa bottom lane, and now they only have Demon Kite and Light left. Mapapapang immortality dito ni Katipon. Demon Kite mag-isang dedepensa, pero wait lang, nakuha niya ba dito sa choke point? Not enough targets. The cables can only get him so far. Waves can be managed, pero ang dami pa rin. 4 na membro ng ONIC dito ang tatapos sa base nila. ONIC takes game number 1.
Man, great info gathering tapos decision making coming out from ONIC Philippines in that last clash. Nakita nila na nasa top lane doon si Demon Kite, and it's actually very busy. Tapos out of position din yung ibang members ng RC Philippines. A very small window na nakita natin mula doon sa ONIC Philippines, pero napaka-decisive nila at nandun sila ready. When they saw Aqua, sabi nila ito yung nagpahirap sa atin sa mga Lord fights din sa late game, at nasa taas pas at they have the jump on that Kagura. They went in for it at nag-scramble bigla ang RSG Philippines. Nung wala na silang damage dealers from both this Kagura as well as this Demon Kite, sabi ng ONIC, pwede natin itong ilaban. And I love that BMO reserved that ultimate, that Hurricane Dance in the last moment para ma-take advantage din nila yung pagkawala ng immortalities ng RSG.
Yep, looking at the post-game stats, the numbers and the items, tumagal nga tayo, Wolf. You were right. Na-nostra mo yun. It was a very slow game. Mainly because RSG knew how to hold on and nahanap nila yung power spike nila, and we ended at about 22-30. 22-27, the exact number. Ang dami na rin item juggles, actually, dahil dun sa dami ng pera na nakuha ng both teams on the shutdowns back-to-back.
Yeah. And I mean, we saw this Fanny and this carry picked out together. Ito si Yakno, makikita natin meron siyang 5 deaths, pero hindi natin siya pwedeng ma-blame. In fact, he played well naman until the latter portions of the match. It's just that kinailangan nila tong specific hero na to, at wala na silang ibang choice na pwedeng gamitin ni Yakto because both the Brody as well as the Popolin Kupa have been banned out. So, mahihirapan talaga siya. At yung fact na yung early stages of the game ay pinahirapan siya ng ONIC, this really made it so difficult para kay Yakto na makabawi. However, yun naman din talaga ang target ng side ng ONIC Philippines. We could see through the replay, 13 minutes in, this was the great defense coming out from RSG Philippines na lugi sila ng about 9,000, 10,000 goal laban sa ONIC Philippines. But eventually, after this set amount of kills and the good usage of the Fanny, pati na rin ng Kagura mula sa RSG Philippines, na pababa nila to about maybe 5K or 6K yung lead. At dito na, nagtagal talaga yung laban. Nakikita natin yung mga shutdown pero yung reverse shutdown ng RSG Philippines courtesy of Aqua and Kenji with their initiations, tapos yung magandang control nga dito ni Demon Kite on the Fanny.
Yep, undeniable na talagang may lugar na sa current metagame si Fanny. Given the fact na RSGPH set it up so well, even in the draft alone, going into the game also, I could have sworn na ito na yun eh. Could have sworn na talo na yung RSG dito, pero alam nila eh. They know their strengths and they know how to hold on. If anything, baka nga na-threaten pa nila yung last Lord take na sabi mo, disastrous. Na pag nakuha to, game ending, and they held on. Kita mo, I think by the end, na doble pa natin yung kill score. The ending was like 15-16. Ito, 9 and 9 pa lang at 15 minutes. So, you know, as you can see in the smart plays, ladies and gentlemen, RSG Philippines, even if they were put up against a corner, yung draft nila napapagana pa rin nila. So, I expect the series to go long. Not just the games, pero the series.
Yep. We didn't see yung pinakahuling clash na maganda yung decision-making ng ONIC Philippines, but RSG, you saw a majority of that late game. Doon sa start mula about maybe 13 minutes up until the 18-minute mark, sila yung nagko-control. And what they're trying to do almost all the time is hanapin yung mga valuable targets. Particularly itong Lilia. I mean, we were talking about the matchup of the junglers, of the ex-laners, pero merong mini battle, may mini duo na nakikita tayo, may mini serye, si Aqua tsaka itong si Greed, na they're trying to outplay each other. Nauna, si Kagura dun sa burst ng kay Greed, and eventually Greed found the opening against Aqua. Aqua eventually finds the opening Greed, tas palitan lang up until that point, that deciding clash na pumabor sa ONIC Philippines.
We're going to see more of the Calderon-Baloy rivalry coming up very, very soon. Kami magbabalik. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's going to be Game 2 in this Best of 5. You're watching the SIBOL 2022 National Team Selection Tournament, powered by Smart and, of course, organized by Peso. Sa inyong likod ang po pala si Leo. Ito naman si Wolf, kami ang Animals, and we'll be right back.